over a 4-year period per se.
Well, we are of the view that an increase in the minimum wage must be consistent with the movement of inflation, because inflation erodes the purchasing power. So as inflation moves throughout the economy
in jail, but I also want to ask you, based on Robert Morgan's comment last night at the rally.
Which ones
and
in
I'll
particular?
Quote, and I'll quote.
I was elsewhere.
Well, I understand, but I will quote for you. His words were, "Me hear Damien Crawford all over the media, but him couldn't come a Spanish Town with him clown show because Spanish Town vanished clown." What is your comment on that?
It's perhaps not a coincidence that their party color is green, and green is a global color that symbolizes envy. You had to clarify which Morgan you were speaking about. When somebody says Damien or Crawford, there is no doubt in the nation as to which Damien or Crawford you're speaking about. That Morgan still a keep is my first response. My second response is consistent with the diatribe, the garbage, the nonsense, the rubbish, the waste that is being spewed. We're elevating it. No, you asking the question because you reminded me that there is a Robert Nesta Morgan, but I just never know him did still a keep.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes, Mr. Price, you mentioned earlier about an attack yesterday. Can you say whether or not there was any reports were made to the police or the political ombudsman?
Oh, yes, the substantive question about the political ombudsman. Let me answer it. There are certain things, just as Cleveland explained, when you look on an economy, you look on the rate of inflation, you look on the net international reserves, you look on the debt to GDP ratio. Similarly, there are certain things that you look on when you are assessing the strength and health of a democracy. You don't look on the individuals who occupy positions from time to time. You look on the institutions which last generations to generation. One of those institutions is the Office of the Political Ombudsman, a commission of parliament backed up by statute, by legislation, that for many election cycles, persons knew that the occupant of the office, the individual who held the office, would be the referee, the umpire, if you will, that will say, hey, candidate A, that's not kosher, retract, withdraw. Party A, candidate A has not yet retracted or withdrawn. Party A's leader must then act. The fact that the Jamaica Labour Party has eroded, defunded, diminished the value of that institution to make it amorphous, that has caused serious harm and injury to the brand of another institution that safeguards democracy, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. And then when you juxtapose that with the often repeated remark, we will not surrender Jamaica, a reasonable person would ask, is this a part of the plan? To foil our democracy, to foil our standards, remove the political ombudsman, bury it in ambiguity, and then practice this kind of reckless politics, where yesterday in East Central St. Catherine, for example, a worker, a female worker, was handing out voters' guides. Someone notified my opponent where she was. My opponent drove down on her. There are videos across social media. I'll share one with you. To the head of St. Catherine South, who dispatched a unit to aid the said party worker. They joined the rank of Jamaicans who are saying, then join the rank of Jamaicans who are saying, then that's why them did do away with the Office of the Political Ombudsman, so them are things you can go along without any checks and balances being made. So the injured person traveling on the bus yesterday who's been hospitalized, that report has been made. And I am aware of other reports that have been made, not just to the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, not just to the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, in which somewhere there is yesterday of other reports that have been made, not just to the Office of the Political Ombudsman, but in this example I have given with East Central St. Catherine, our candidates are advised to report to Party Central, and in a situation of emergency, such as yesterday in Christian Gardens, where residents called me, not knowing the man that had charged that the worker was a police officer. My opponent, because a man where I walk with you along just pull gun pan one of the PNP woman them. It's despicable. It belongs in the Carboniferous era, way back in human evolution. And God is still God, you know. And nobody escapes him or his judgment. And we are a praying party. We are the people's national party. We know the nation that they're born in that gives them their national identity. And we have never, going back to 1944 with universal adult suffrage, we have never attempted to diminish the importance of universal adult suffrage and people's right to vote. We have
your party is you had a positive result towards your party, but I wanted to know what kind of change will you bring to that for in terms of foreign affairs if you want to take power. And also I'm especially interested in what kind of relationship do you want to build between United States and China, which is like a major economic power that has strong influence on, you could have, well, it's already having strong influence on, you could have, well, it's already having strong influence on your country.
All right, thank you very much. And welcome to Jamaica. Welcome to the headquarters of the People's National Party. And if you never know, so Jamaica, little about Talawan with name gone abroad, the fact that we have a member of the Japanese media here with us, monitoring not just this press conference, but the upcoming general election.